Hey guys, Work here. Welcome back to the range. So today we are here for this guy. This is the Rock Island Tac Ultra MS. Now, the nifty thing about this guy is this has a conversion kit in it. Right now, it has a 22 TCM barrel inside. Now, 22 TCM, I know that I've called it a neck down 9mm before. It's not truly a neck down 9mm, it's more of like a shortened 223. However, like the ejector groove and everything, it is 9mm compatible. So what that means is with a barrel and a spring swap in here, you can run 22 TCM in this 1911 here. So as I said, we are currently running the 22 TCM barrel. And today I wanted to come out a little bit and just see what 22 TCM gives you over something like a 9mm or just a 22, because 22 TCM is a 22 caliber projectile, kind of with the powder charge of a 9mm behind it. So we're going to kind of see what that gives you over other calibers. So to do that, I've got a number of different firearms out here that we're going to be using, and we're going to be shooting some water jugs. Now, this is by no means, scientific or anything. It's just fun. But I wanted to come out here and kind of see what this round had in store for us. So first up, let me show you what we're doing. So here we are. We're about 10 yards back. I'm going to walk up here. Now, up at the berm, we've got a single water jug. Where is it? Right there. And then I got my GoPro down here, my trusty little GoPro. So we're gonna be able to get some slow motion of this thing and really see just what this round has to offer over other rounds. Okay, so the first gun that we're gonna be using here is this guy. This is a Colt Huntsman. A Colt Huntsman is an older 22 caliber pistol. This particular one is from, I don't remember if it's the late 60s or early 70s. It's somewhere in that time zone. And this is just one of the most fun little target pistols that you can get. They've gone up in value considerably. My dad always used to tell me that he got this thing for like 75 bucks. Now they go for about 10 times that. But we'll go ahead and toss that in there. Let's get some rounds through and then we'll get a shot on our jug there. Okay, so let's go ahead and shoot our jug. Okay, a little bit uneventful. Typically with 22s, these are the Remington 525 pack golden bullets. Advertised velocity is about 1,200 feet per second. And I mean, it jumped a little bit, but there's not a whole lot of damage. Let me go grab it really quick and I'll show you. So here's our jug, still peeing a little bit. Decent little exit hole. You can see the holes where it went in are tiny. And actually we might have caught, yeah, we caught one of them. There you go. That's what's left. Ugh. So that's what 22 does. Next up, let's go ahead and toss a 9mm up there and see what kind of a standard defensive caliber is going to do. Now, I'm just running full metal jackets in these. I'm not running hollow points, but we'll go ahead and see what that does. So for the 9mm, I'm going to be running my P10. This particular P10C has a Holosun optic on the top. It's running a Norso slide and an Overwatch precision trigger in it. This is my EDC. I absolutely love this gun. So let's go ahead and toss this in there, shoot a couple rounds back into the berm, and then we'll take one into the jug. Okay, so again, not super exciting shooting the jug. I actually think the jug jumped less with the 9mm than it did with the 22, so take that for what it's worth. Let's go ahead and swap that out and try something a little bit hotter. So you can see with our 9mm, the holes are quite a bit bigger in there. It did jump less for some reason, but I mean, the holes, this is that first hole when it was full and closed, and it just split the front of the thing. Here's a couple more, but that main hole, and then here's the back, so it took a beating. So now here's the moment that I've been waiting for. This is our Rock Island Tac Ultra in 22 TCM. It's a 4¼ inch barrel on this thing, and this is 22 TCM. 22 TCM is it's neck down. It's about the same diameter as a 9mm, a little bit longer, about the length of a 9mm Super. And these have an advertised velocity of around 1,800 feet per second compared to like the 22's 1,200, and then that Armscore 9mm running around 1,000. Now the 9mm from Armscore, those are 115 grain projectiles. The Golden Bullets, those are 35 grain projectiles. These 22 TCMs are 40 grain projectiles with about the same powder amount behind them as those 9mm. So that's how we're ending up with a relatively high velocity on there. But I'm curious. These are semi-jacketed soft nose. They do have a little bit of a cavity in there, but it's not enough to actually expand it. It's going to be relying on the hydraulic pressure up against that bare lead to actually expand, but these are going to expand a little bit. The 22s did as well. But let's go ahead and run this and see what this does to our jug of water back there. All right, the GoPro is on. Let's have at it. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. So, that had a little bit more to it, didn't it? Let's go ahead and grab that and see what just happened. Okay, so this is our entry hole. Here's our exit hole back here. And honestly, I didn't even want to take one more shot at this thing because that tells a pretty good story. Those rounds are moving at a very quick pace. And they do some damage. Let's find out just how much damage. So I'm going to keep this up here by the camera. And then we're going to take another shot with another round at another jug. This time, it's going to be with a 223. That's an AR-15 caliber. Now these are tool ammos. They're going about 3,200 feet per second. So let's go ahead and toss one more jug up there and see what that does. Okay, so now we've got one last jug up there, and we're going to shoot out of this. So this is my 10.5-inch AR-15 pistol. This guy, it is a short barrel, so the velocity is not going to be up to like 3,000 feet per second. And we're just shooting tool ammo because I'm cheap. Honestly, that's why. This stuff runs. It's relatively quick, 3,200-ish feet per second. Out of this, it'll probably be back down around like 28 or so, but it's still a quick moving round. So let's go ahead and take one more shot. Let's take it at this jug. And let's see what this round does. Okay, here we go. All right, let's go grab that one and see what happened. Okay, so here's that jug. This is the 223 jug, and then here's our 22 TCM jug. They look pretty damn similar. I'm not gonna lie, they look really similar. Now, obviously this isn't gonna tell us a whole lot, but what it does tell us is 22 TCM hits a hell of a lot more like a 223 than it does like a 9mm. So now that we've shot a lot of jugs of water, let's go ahead and do one more test. Now this one, I'm not so sure about. This one is this. This is Kevlar body armor. You can see we've got a couple holes in it already. I'm almost guaranteeing that the 22 TCM was gonna make it through. However, I'm curious on what a 22 and a 9mm will do. So let's go ahead and toss this up against the berm, and let's see what our rounds do to this guy to be able to compare all three of them. Okay, so we're gonna go a little bit quicker with this one. So first up again, we've got our 22 long rifle and our Colt Huntsman here. Let's go up and take a look at what just happened. So that Huntsman round, round hit right here, and this is from that hole, but this one, there's nothing. There's not even deformation there where that 22 hit. So let's go ahead and jump up to 9mm and see what that does. All right, so we're back here again. Let's go ahead and run 9mm against this thing. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go top left. I don't think there was anything else that was on the top left of it. Okay, so that was a good hit. It did move because, well, I didn't have anything back behind it, which is gonna kind of skew the results, but we'll see. Okay, so here is our 9mm hit right there. We do see a little bit of bulging and deformation in the back. It's warm, but it didn't go through by any means. So let's go ahead and take the 22 TCM at it. I'm gonna aim right up here. The 22 TCM sights are off a little bit, so we'll end up seeing it, but we've got kind of a string of bullets down here. That's kind of where those breakthroughs are, so we're gonna aim up here and see if we can get a breakthrough up here. Okay, so I've got like, I don't know, 10 more rounds of 20, probably like 5 rounds of 22 TCM in here. Let's go ahead and do this one and see what this does to it. Okay, we're shooting high and right. Here we go. Well, we hit it. Let's finish this mag off really quick. There we go. Okay, that's actually surprising. The 22 TCM, I think, man, I think it hit right here. This is still pretty warm, and it actually did not break through on the backside. It's still in there and warm, which is very surprising. I thought for sure that was gonna go through there, but that's why I play around with this, so we can see exactly what's gonna happen. Let's go ahead and take one shot with the AR and see what the AR does. So again, running my 10.5 inch. Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. There we go. I'm gonna guess by how little that moved that it sailed right through. Oh yeah, I can see both holes from here. Yeah, it went. So here's our holes from that. Remember, the 22 TCM is right here. You can see how tiny that hole is compared to the high speed ones here. And it sailed right through. It didn't even think twice about it. So guys, that is pretty much the comparison of 22 TCM to your standard rounds that you might find. Kind of giving you an idea of exactly what you're looking at as far as like the actual impact power of the 22 TCM round. So it moves really fast, it hits really hard, but it's not, and I have a feeling that the armor issue, it not making it through, is probably because it's a semi-jacketed soft point. Those soft points are known to kind of expand and lose a lot of energy, which is great for self-defense, great for shooting water jugs, not so great for armor penetration. But that being said, it's not an armor penetrating round, like it's not advertised as that. It's just a very fast moving, very low recoil round that does a lot of damage for its size. You can fit as many of those in a standard magazine for like a 9mm. It can't be a standard 9mm magazine because it is longer than a 9mm. That's why you got to use those 9mm supers that are in the Rock Islands. But you can fit as many of those as you can the 9mm in those, and you're doing a hell of a lot of damage. So that's it for this time, guys. I hope you like our little presentation here. Let me know if you do. Write it down in the comments below what you think. If you'd like to see more of this kind of stuff, comparisons and stuff like that. We got a lot of carry compares coming up. I'm gonna have Builder Shooter out here because we've got a lot of competing platform stuff that we want to be able to get you guys to help you decide what you want to do. Thanks guys for watching. If you like what we do here on the channel and you want to help out a little bit, head on over to our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/workthetrigger. Remember, I appreciate every one of you, and until next time, do your research, get informed, and get to work. All right, guys, just for craps and giggles, I'm gonna see how many of those we can actually send a 22 TCM round through. One. Two. It seems to be in 3. I don't hear it in there, but let's find out really quick. Hey, guess what? We caught a 22 TCM. It's actually really well mushroomed. I mean, it's a pretty good expanded round for what it is. Let's go ahead and toss that last one up there. No water bottles shall be left wasted.